الرحمن الرحيم الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر الخالق البارئ المصور الغفار القهار الوهاب الرزاق الفتاح العلم القابض الباسط الخافض الرافع المعز المذل السامي البصير الحكم العدل اللطيف الخبير الحليم العظيم الغفور الشكور العليم الكبير
الحفيظ
البقيت الحسيب الجليل الكريم اللطيف المجيب الوسيع الحكيم الودود المجيد البرع الشهيد الحق البكير القوي المتين الظمي الولي الحمي المسيء المبدي المؤيد المهي المميت
الحي
القيوم الواجد الماجد الواحد
الأحد
السماد القادر المقتدر المقدم المؤخر الأول الآخر الزاهر الباطن الوالي المتالي البر التواب المنتقم الغفور الرؤوف مالك الملك ذو الجلال والإكرام المقسط الجميل الغني المغني الماني الظاهر النافي النور الحادي البادي الفارد الرشيد الصبور.
Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a boy named Omar. Omar was 6 years old and very curious about Ramadan. On evening, Omar saw his older sister were getting ready to fast. Mama, why do we fast? Omar asked. Mama smiled, said, we fasted Ramadan to please Allah, patience and kindness. If I get hungry, he asked, you can try half day. Fast first, said Papa. The next morning, Omar woke early for suhoor, yeah. Mama gave him sundaes and a glass of milk. Eat well, Omar. This will keep you strong. Omar finished his meal and made dua. Ya Allah, help me to be strong one day, he whispered. As the day went on, Omar started to feel hungry. He saw his sister make sandwiches. I really want to eat, Omar thought. But he remembered why he was fasting. For Allah, I am fasting for Allah, Omar reminded himself. To distract himself, Omar started reading himself. Omar said he had Finally, the call to Maghrib. Stop! Allahu Akbar! Omar took a day and smiled. Alhamdulillah, he said happily. Was it over? His sister cheered. How do you feel? Baba asked. I I feel happy and strong, Omar said. And I feel closer to Allah. Mama hugged Omar. You made it proud, Omar, she said. Omar smiled. He couldn't wait to try fasting next day. Ramadan is special, Omar thought. Because it brings me closer to Allah and my family. Omar went to bed or thankful. Alhamdulillah for Ramzan, he whispered before falling asleep. Story of Hazrat Sulaiman alayhi salam. Hazrat Sulaiman alayhi salam was a great prophet and king, the son of Hazrat Dawood alayhi salam. Allah gave him wisdom, knowledge, and the ability to understand and speak to animals. He ruled over both humans and jinn, and they obeyed him under Allah's command. Hazrat Sulaiman was known for being fair, just, and kind to all creatures. One day he heard an ant warning the other ants to go into their homes so they will not be crushed. Hazrat Sulaiman smiled and thanked Allah for giving him such knowledge. Allah had also given him control over the wind, which could carry his throne in the air. Birds, animals, and even jinn were part of his army and worked under his command. One special bird in his army was the Hudhud, who once brought important news. The Hoopi told Hazrat Sulaiman about a queen named Bilqis, who ruled in a land called Sheba. The queen and her people used to worship the sun instead of Allah. Hazrat Sulaiman sent her a letter inviting her to believe in Allah and stop worshipping the sun. Queen Bilqis was wise and decided to visit Hazrat Sulaiman to learn more. Before she arrived, Hazrat Sulaiman asked his jinns who could bring her throne to him. One powerful jinn said he could bring it before Hazrat Sulaiman stood up. But a righteous man who had knowledge from the book brought it in a blink of an eye. When Queen Bilqis saw this throne in front of her, she was amazed. But Sulaiman showed her many signs and miracles of Allah. She realized that Allah is one true God and accepted Islam. Hazrat Sulaiman continued to rule with justice and always remembering Allah. He built a beautiful mosque known as Aqsa in Jerusalem. Hazrat Sulaiman loved building and helping his people grow closer to Allah. Even after becoming powerful, he remained humble and grateful to Allah. One day he was standing and praying. Hazrat Sulaiman passed away. He died while leaning on his stick, and no one knew he had died for a long time. The jinn kept working, thinking he was still alive, until a tiny insect ate his stick and he fell. That is how Allah showed the jinn they do not know the unseen. Hazrat Sulaiman Islam's story teaches us to be thankful, just, and kind. It also reminds us that the true power belongs only to Allah. Subscribe for more Islamic stories and videos. Allah Hafiz. Hazrat Zakaria Islam was a kind and wise prophet of Allah. He lived a long time ago in the land of Palestine. He taught people about Allah and guided them to do good. Zakaria Islam loved worshipping Allah and reading the holy books. He used to spend many hours in prayer every day. He worked as a carpenter and lived a simple life. Zakaria Islam also took care of a special girl named Maryam Islam. She was the daughter of his relative and very pious. Maryam Islam stayed in the room inside the mosque to worship Allah. Zakaria Islam would bring her food and check on her often. One day he saw that she had fresh fruits that were out of season. He was amazed and asked Maryam, "Where did you get this food?" Maryam Islam replied, "This is from Allah. He gives to whom He wills." Zakaria felt so close to Allah at that moment. He raised his hands and made a very special dua. He asked Allah to bless him with a good child. Even though he was very old, he had full faith in Allah. His wife was also old and couldn't have children. But Zakaria Islam kept praying and with a clean heart. One day he was praying in Maghrib, a prayer place, Mihrab, a prayer place. An angel appeared and gave him great news. The angel said, "Allah gives you glad tidings of a son named Yahya." Zakaria Islam was shocked but very happy. He asked, "How can I have a child when I am so old?" The angel replied, "Allah can do anything. It is easy for Allah." Allah chose the name Yahya for the baby. Yahya Islam would be a noble and kind prophet. He would be wise and pure from a young age. Zakaria Islam thanked Allah with all his heart. Soon his wife became pregnant just as Allah promised. Zakaria Islam was full of joy and praised Allah every day. When the baby was born, he was named Yahya. Yahya Islam was a very special child. He loved learning and worshipping Allah. Even as a boy, he was serious, kind, and full of wisdom. He never played rough or misbehaved. He always respected his parents. Zakaria Islam loved his son very much. He taught him to always follow the right path. Yahya Islam grew up to be a great prophet too. He continued the mission of his father. Both Zakaria Islam and Yahya Islam were very close to Allah. They were loved by people because of their good hearts. They reminded people to pray and speak kindly. They taught people to help the poor and be honest. Zakaria Islam stayed grateful to Allah till the end of his life. He never lost hope in Allah's mercy. This story teaches us always to trust in Allah no matter how hard things seem. Allah can make a way. We should keep praying like Zakaria Islam and never give up. Even if we wait a long time, Allah listens to all the du'as and gives at the right time. The story of Zakaria Islam is a story of faith and hope. It shows how kind and powerful Allah is. We can all learn patience and prayer from Him, and we should love our parents like Yahya Islam did. May Allah guide us to be kind. Subscribe for more Islamic videos. Assalamu alaikum. Walaikum assalam, big sister. Will you tell me a story about a prophet? Yes. Of course. Today I'll tell you a story about Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. A long time ago, Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam was born in a land where people worshipped idols. His father made statues of idols, and people prayed to them. But Ibrahim alayhi salam knew that the idols could not hear or help them. He told his father, "Why do you worship things that cannot hear or see?" His father got angry and told him to stop talking about it. But Ibrahim alayhi salam wanted to teach about people about Allah, the one true God. One day there was a big festival in the town. While everyone was away, Ibrahim alayhi salam went to a temple. He broke all the small idols with an axe, leaving only the biggest one. When the people returned, they were shocked and angry. They asked, "Who broke our idols?" Ibrahim alayhi salam said, "Ask the big idol, maybe he knows." The people said, "The idol cannot talk." Ibrahim alayhi salam said, "Then why do you worship something that cannot speak or help you?" The people became very angry and decided to punish Ibrahim alayhi salam. They built a big fire and tied him up. They threw him into the fire. But Allah commanded the fire, "Be cool and safe for Ibrahim." The fire did not harm Ibrahim alayhi salam. The people were amazed and knew that Ibrahim alayhi salam was telling the truth. Ibrahim alayhi salam told them, "Allah is the one true Lord. Worship only Him." Later, Allah blessed alayhi salam with two sons, Prophet Ismail alayhi salam and Prophet Ishaq alayhi salam. Allah tested Ibrahim alayhi salam by asking him to sacrifice his son Ismail alayhi salam. Ibrahim alayhi salam and Ismail alayhi salam were ready to obey Allah. But Allah replaced Ismail alayhi salam with a ram as a reward for their faith. Allah was pleased with Ibrahim alayhi salam and made him a great prophet. Ibrahim alayhi salam and Ismail alayhi salam also built the Kaaba in Mecca. The Kaaba became a special place for Muslims to worship Allah. Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam taught people to trust and obey Allah. That was such a great story, sister. MashaAllah. I'm glad you liked it. Now, can I ask you some questions? Yes. Who did the people worship in the beginning? Idols. What happened when Prophet Ibrahim salam broke all the idols? The people got angry and asked, what did Allah do when Ibrahim salam was thrown into the fire? Allah made the fire cool and safe. Who helped Ibrahim salam build the Kaaba? His son, Ismail salam. MashaAllah, you remembered everything. That's all for tonight. I'll tell you another story tomorrow. Subscribe for more.